Yeah. Digital gold shining bright in my eye. The future is here, we don't need to ask why. Spinning blocks on the chain while the digits fly. Stacking up high, reaching for the blue sky. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Zeros and ones got me feeling alive. Crypto buzzing, we're on overdrive. From the screen to the dream, watch it all thrive. Breaking down the walls, we're ready to arrive. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Rolling through the matrix faster than light. A wallet in my hand and the glow in sight. No middle, no banks, just the airwaves ignite. Dancing to the rhythm, new world taking flight. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin. Got the keys to the vault, let the future spin. Rolling through the matrix faster than light. A wallet in my hand and the glow in sight. No middle, no banks, just the airwaves ignite. Dancing to the rhythm, new world taking flight. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, everybody wants in. Riding the wave, it's a digital win. Bitcoin, let the party begin.
We interrupt the scheduled program to bring you a Bitcoin update. Bitcoin looks like she did break out, but she is being called under here. Looks like we have made a run for the border, but got rejected. Tried to go again, but then we had to cross the line. Some of the people are happy. The bears, the shorters, seem to be licking it up at the moment. So, yeah, enjoy. The longers, however, seem to be a little bit sad. But there is some hope. A lot less like a football game, ladies and gentlemen. This is feeling a little bit more like, a golf evening, a golf Sunday, if you will. If we make too much noise, will it disturb you, Bitcoin, to scare you to move just a little freaking bit? I mean, come on, Bitcoin. Maybe the crowd. Can you get them rolled up just a little bit? Maybe it just needs a little encouragement, ladies and gentlemen. It's too much like a golf game watching Bitcoin just kind of go sideways. It is the weekend, and Bitcoin was trailing down here at 84,500 for the longest forever, until she had a little run to the powder room and came back really excited and happy. Just sniffling, and I don't know. But ran Bitcoin up to $84,825. And what goes up, what gets high, has to crash down, and down she came. But it looks like ran to the powder room one more time to get a few more bumps to the upside before finally crashing one more time here. Don't mean to air the dirty laundry out here at night, but we'll just call it as we see it and report it as it bees it. Looks like she's crashing down to 84,660, maybe even further down to 84,619. The old 619er, if that might be applicable tonight. The market isn't freezing, and as Bitcoin is coming down, the altcoins are looking a little frisky. Not to take your mind and point them toward the little cute cheerleaders or anything, or the dog shaking its booty, but or to take your eye off of Bitcoin, just working back at its snail pace, doing its imitation snail. Is that a snail pattern? Here at the 0.5 Fibonacci area. And that is an area that could hold for us at 84,660. Perhaps you need something to perk you up. Or make you pissed off. Was that like raging the bull here? Are we coming down to $84,619, ladies and gentlemen? Well, looks like we're starting to spice it up just a little bit. The shorters are getting little erections as we speak, but oh, did they short too soon? Or is it time to go long? What do you like, Sean? You like the short ones or the long ones? Bob and Neil, what do you want to take this question?
Well, I like the short, but Bob likes the long.
Oh, jeez. We seem to be catching some candles here at $84,660, as noted, exactly as predicted. Just saying. Oh my beautiful gosh, we're bouncing off this. It's, oh Helen, did you mortgage the car or mortgage that? Get a second. Do the reverse mortgage thing before you, Helen. Max out your credit cards, baby. It's time to go all in. You didn't go all in, did you, Helen? Well, the 50 is on fire. We don't care. Let that little mother fricker drop down to the 618. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your emergency Bitcoin bowl. And the only one happy now seems to be the Bears. Your scheduled program will continue in a moment.
Yeah. Digital gold shining bright in my eye. The future is here, we don't need to ask
Check,
why.
1, 2.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
If you're feeling down and droopy today, maybe I can offer a little assistance. Not financial advice, but it is a little cowbell. And if you don't have any cowbell in your life, well, get you some today. Nothing like the sound of a good old cowbell. Clear the air and just make you feel a little warm inside. Bitcoin, are we getting a little breakout? I don't know. Let's zoom out and see what we're looking at. What's going on here, Bitcoin? On the smaller time frames, it was better for it to go up than to go down. I'm on the 15-minute. Perhaps we should zoom out a little bit and come to the 4-hour for Bitcoin. We're in an interesting spot here. We take these big guys off of here, these big moving averages that I got on there. They're towering like a storm cloud above us, and just kind of ignore it, stuff our head between our legs, and pretend that they're not there. Everything looks kind of cool. Well, it looks kind of juicy here on the regular 5 moving average strategy. Everything but the 100, this white line being below that yellow one, that adds a little sandbagging to us, but you know, it's part of the progression upward. We got here on the 4-hour. 50 moving average crossing the 200. That's also called the golden cross, technically a buy signal, especially for bots. And I interpret that as don't buy now, buy the next pullback. And might we have pulled back and we're trying to go somewhere up the ups? Well, let's take a little fib area right here and see where we're bouncing off of. That is that 0.5 Fibonacci area that we are finally catching. We've been catching several of those areas, stepping up there, but that's the one that's been catching lately, and we're trying to break out of a little small time trend line there, so maybe we got us a little breakout. Only time will tell when it confirms some of these candles, but we can kind of go down to a smaller time frame to see if we can get the nitty gritty on what's going on the street. Hey, yo, man, what's going on the street? What's going on over here with Bitcoin on the 1 hour? Well, Bitcoin was over there, and then he just decided he was like a snail, not doing nothing, and turned around, and boom, there he was. He just hopped the fence and just said, hey, catch me later, baby. And there you go. That is the report that we're getting on the street at the moment for the 1 hour Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin Couldn't stand it. Like a cat with turpentine on its behind. Had to skedaddle out of there. Coming down to the 15 minute, we'll get the live action cam here, and here we got some actual photographic evidence of candle closes and openings past that fence line. Bitcoin has ran for the borders, ladies and gentlemen. She has got an official 15-minute breakout. You saw it here live on Road Dog Crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to Road Dog Crypto. We've kind of totally mixed it up tonight. Don't know with wild card night tonight. Thank you for being here, all 15 of you. Let me say hello to you guys real quick. Boom! Come on down here. We got it on live chat. We should have everybody here. We got Strega. Looks a little disappointed there. Easter Bunny bring rotten eggs for the market. But the eggs are cheaper, right? They're cheaper, right? That was a turkey face comment there. Welcome in, everybody, says Strega, and me also. Thank you, Strega. Glittery Marshmallow bringing the flowers. Duality C Crypto. Floki's Angel says, hey, dog, love the show, and I never get tired of hearing that. Thank you very much. And we got Sin in the house. How's it going, Sin? What's going on? That's some buzzing in my ear. Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Floki's Angel says, smash that like, share, subscribe. Poulin, how's it going? Brackett's Adventures. And there's Sam. How's it going, Sam? Joe, for those of you that don't know, is a fellow YouTuber. Go check him out. I don't have his channel brought up at the moment. I got way too many windows open over there. Want to close a lot of those guys. I'll get one of those running out memory errors going on here. Uh-oh, we lost the chat. Almost lost the direction of what we're talking about here. I like the Team Road Dog cheerleaders. They are kind of cutesy, aren't they? We got Chief and Keith. Cheers, everybody. I think I said hello to everybody. I'm glad. Thank you for being here. It's where you're spending your Saturday evening. Crank up the little timer, but it does look like altcoins are kind of looking frisky, and maybe even Bitcoin here on the weekend. I don't trust anything that's going on the weekend because there is no real bias here other than the sneaky people trying to either shake Bitcoin out of your pocket, entice you to buy things and chase things so that they can extract money from the market, or maybe some people trying to find some good deals and just nibble the slow eaters. Which I think is probably a good thing to be. Just that little slow nibbler, grazer, bottom feeder at the moment. Just my thoughts on the market on some of these coins, but not every coin is a good coin, as you may have seen or noticed. Here we are, the daily Bitcoin, still underneath the 200 moving average. We're going to keep mentioning that until that day that we're not, and then we're going to mention that, hey, we're above it. That's just what we do here. We keep you informed here on the Road Dog Crypto Show. We're above the 9 moving average and the 50, and all this little goobly talk that's coming out of my mouth is saying it's positive things. And we could see a nice little bump up. She's trying to take something. We could come up and test that 200 moving average here on the daily. Also, if we take a little fib area, and I want to take her from, well, that's all about the same. I'm actually going to go from you. And yeah, Bitcoin, if we can get past this 80, we keep mentioning that 88, $89,000 area. Possibilities around 90,292 too. Those look like some lively areas. Maybe you can get a little rambunctious and go a little higher. I don't know that would be this weekend. I can't really see that happening, but I can see us trying to go in for a little bit of a higher high there. So possibly up to 90,000, maybe. At least to go up to 88.5. I hope we can get past that. I would be pissed off if that's as far as we get and then we start going down. I wouldn't like that. That would kind of make me upset, but that would be at least be something. It would be a nice little move. So while Bitcoin is moving, well, what's everything else doing? We got total 3 over here. This is where the altcoins are starting to show a little life on the weekend, but like most weekends, it doesn't stick around the whole time. So it's better to be on the selling end than the chasing end. I'd try not to simp for these altcoins, but I'm not saying don't go out and have some fun with them because, hey, I'd like to be the zombie tonight, but for some reason, I just feel like this is a turkey moment. So I think we might go back to Mr. Turkey tonight, if that's okay with you. And are there any objections to me being a turkey tonight, or would we rather be the zombie that's seeing silly stuff? Somehow silly stuff doesn't seem to go with zombies tonight. So Standard & Poor, you know, they got rejected, whatever here. It's the weekend, so whatever happens. They could break out. They could come down. I don't know what's going to happen with those guys. I'm mostly worried about what's going to happen with crypto over here for the short time being. Because the fun thing is, if Bitcoin is kind of hanging sideways, which it basically is mostly, Bitcoin dominance is going down. Then altcoins can have a chance to go up a little bit, and that would be good. Now, where they going to climb and get to all new areas and hold it? I kind of doubt it, but hey, we'll keep an eye on this Bitcoin dominance, because that is kind of a clue. Perhaps we should go a little sooner on that, a little closer on the Bitcoin dominance chart. But I also noticed, now this is on Wall Street side, the VIX, she is at 29.66, right? So basically anywhere under 30 is kind of tame. Anywhere above 30 is where people will look for them good juicy deals to start stocking up on, you know, during market crises or crashes and stuff like that. That's when we go down there a lot, and that's when, you know, the deeper she goes, the more the money flows when she comes back to the other side. Is kind of what goes on there. This is looking good that it may continue, hopefully down. Hopefully she won't jump back up there, but she could. Hopefully we're done though. But that's helping things out, and kind of with the market, see them taming down just a little bit there. But we want to take a look over here at this Bitcoin dominance. See, now we got rejection over here. There is some bearish divergence there on the RSI, and I hope that plays out. The more this goes down, the more it helps our altcoins out, and we can get those little rallies. But you can see the Bitcoin dominance, she's still pretty dang strong. So look those movements when it comes down as a gift horse, and not as a place, hey man, I'm gonna keep stocking up on these altcoins, because this is, there might be some good trades, some good positions to maybe start getting into now. We'll start taking a look at that. We break this internal trend line. We followed it up there at resistance. There's a good chance that we can get a nice week or two maybe out of altcoins here. Let's see what we can take advantage of, because man, I'm ready to start seeing numbers go up instead of numbers go down, because that sucks. 15 people hanging out with me tonight. Let me come back and check on you guys. Make sure you're still here. Are you still here? Everybody still here? Turkey! I had to say turkey out loud. That was my main agenda to do today. Thank you for making my dreams come true, by the way. Trend line, oh man. Now, what would be, then we're still in Bitcoin dominance, right? So you got a rising wedge or a rising channel, depending on how you want to view that. They're both correct, so I wouldn't stress one way or the other. I like them both. The chances are, though, now that maybe we can come back to the bottom of that, and that would be a nice little run. That might be our weekend run. I hope that we don't start bouncing back up, but you never know about Bitcoin dominance, because it's pretty dang strong. But this is there's a possibility that at some point we break through this, and we can start coming back down to these areas and have a nice little, maybe a nice little run here. That's a little hopeful to expect right now, but we've got a nice setup going on right here with it at the top of this channel, and at the top of this wick, which got candlesticked. I mean, there's a nice sign that things may be going on. But not only that, you have also got some signs over here on total 3. When you come over to the 3-day chart, well, we started talking about this a few days ago. We got some good signs here of a number of wanting to try to do a little something, you know? You feel me? If you look at the old MACD, and she's usually late to the party, but she's about to walk through that door anytime with a bucket full of booze for the party, because that's what she does. She's always late to the party, but she brings the best liquor. This is Ma MACD or Aunt MACD. The weekly RSI is giving us something, a little hopeful signs here, but yet not exactly what we need to see on the bigger picture. But the 3-day, hey man, she's hitting to, hey, we might have a nice little week or two out of altcoins. I advise us to take advantage of that. Let's start looking at some altcoins because they're already starting to move up a little bit today. See, during the day, we're already up around 3% on some of these. What this category, you guys been moving and shaking. What's a popping over here? What have you guys been doing? Who's hot right now? Who's being the biggest loser? Who's the biggest winner for the whole year over here? What is this one? This got an alien on the coin. That might be one I want to. What are you? The Gray's currency. That's the new global currency right there. Galactic currency. Awesome. So for the top 100, oh my gosh, Sand, are you for real? Are you actually starting to do something? You got up to where? Oh, that's right. People did start talking about you last December, and that's about the last time I heard from you, Sandbox. It was hot last cycle. Man, she got hot. She got what, 3, 4, 5? I forgot how high she got. She sure to give it up in that bear market, though. Nobody wanted to talk about that stuff. See, this is how the narratives work in crypto. You need to be aware of that. I advise us this time being a little bit more selective in what we get into, because a lot of this is a lot of hot air, and that's hard to take with the altcoins if you get attached to them, but realize this is what it is. A lot of this is hype and money exchange. There are some solid projects. I do like Stacks, though. I've mentioned that before. I want to take a look at Stacks and get this whole altcoin idea kicked off because, well, I haven't looked at Stacks today. And so, well, hey, Curl, you get to look at Stacks with me. Stacks to Bitcoin. That would be really taking your coins to Bitcoin to see how it's holding up and be actually pretty good for most things. And like any other altcoin, they don't do very good against Bitcoin. They can get their spurts, but ooh, Stacks is down a lot on Bitcoin. But what is unique about Stacks that I do like is that you can stake it and earn Bitcoin. That is pretty bitchin'. And if you can get it really, really cheap, like anywhere under, well, I'd even say anywhere under 60 cents, considering that it can hang around $1.68 for a while. It has done this area. It's done this area over here about 220. Last cycle, it hung around there a lot, but it also hit some highs around 330 last cycle. And just a year ago, she was up to 366. Dang. What the hell was I thinking? I've got mine staked. I didn't sell any. My gosh, it does earn Bitcoin though, and it's like having a little miner, and you're getting these little. You're earning off the chain for the layer 2. It's cool, since Bitcoin is a commodity, by the way. All right, so stacky. So I want to clear all this stuff. Oh no. Do we need to? Take a quick. Yeah, okay. Making sure I know what I'm looking at there. So Stacks fell from $3 in December. It got up to $3 again, back to 60. And this is one with a use case, a layer 2 for Bitcoin. I just don't see how you can go wrong with that. And yeah, no, I'm not saying you got to, but I'm just saying, you know, it's one that I wish I even want some more. I would like to get some more. So it being around 60 cents, I'm very interested in that. If you take a look at the RSI and even our other indicators, you can see here on the daily, we've got some nice bullish divergence forming there. And we got it leveling up right here. This is the one that we're looking at. And even more so, that one's leveling up. That would have been nice to give us our starter boost here. Let's see if this little guy can hold, because it looks like it's in an early formation to make it a nice little bottom pattern. It's just not complete yet. Got to give it a little bit more time to kind of flesh out its little thing, but she's doing that, in my personal opinion. We could draw a little trend line right here and see it starting to shape up in something called a falling wedgie. And I like the falling wedges because they will give you that little lift right when you least expect it. A lot of times, though, they do like to come down, maybe make some type of bottom pattern. You might see a pattern within a pattern like a W bottom or some variation. It may turn into an inverted head and shoulders, something like that. It's common to see things like that too with these. But remembering the bigger pattern that you see can give you just a little bit more information there, especially if you like to get into measure moves and put them wherever the breakout is. Go back and readjust that, of course, but we can get a little hint that it might take us somewhere around 85 cents again, and that would line up very nicely with this little support resistance area right over here. We're just going old school right here tonight. I didn't put out a single, well, I did put out a Fibonacci earlier, but that was just to figure out what these guys were in the beginning. Now we're just going straight old school right here, and it could take us up to this little area. Depending on where we break out, if we were to break out right now, we'd be right there. That area, my friend, is about 88 cents, and that was support until she lost it. But you know, this little turkey just can't stand to be without his Fibonacci. But we're going to leave that one alone tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and just go with this little guy. Possibility we can get up to 88 cents, believe it or not. Thank you for participating. Let me come to the chat and let me see if this little guy works. Guy, do you work? Hey, guy. Dude. You suck. Why do you always do this? I got a little button and the little button doesn't work when I need the little button to work. Unless I come over here and figure out, why do I need to just go latest, man? Would that work now? Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked. I get excited. Strong short so how's it going? All right, let me take a little listen. Let's see what we got going on here. Time to flip the charts over again? Maybe? Let's make sure we got our microphone on, all that good stuff. Yeah. Not having a boomer moment. We're here. We're cool. All right, and we're the turkey again. I know. I think on a silly night, turkey might be good. I feel a little silly tonight. Not gonna lie. I need some more coffee. All right, let's take a look at IMX, Rose, Ronin, Cake, MG Motorsports. How's it going? There we go. That's what I was trying to put up there. And Joe says 1,000 Floki. And Jupiter should start looking up. I hope it does. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started with a few of these altcoins right now. Fix this microphone so it does. I can see. IMX. We got 46 cents. You got bullish divergence on most of my, well, yeah, all my indicators there. RSI, even on the MACD, at least on the lines there. Not the histogram, but. And that's coming in, that's bullish divergence. For you guys that don't know, and you keep hearing things about divergence, and it can be confusing, and after a while you say, it's not that bad. But to find the bullish divergence, you always measure from underneath. I think this is where people get tripped up a lot. So if it's going to be bullish, you measure from underneath. If you're looking for the bearish divergence, you're measuring from the tops, like, you know, from this guy to this guy, the tops to the tops. From candle bodies to candle bodies, and I know some people don't do that, but the reason that you do the gap from candle bodies to candle bodies, because those are the open and closes of the candles, and that is what this indicator, the RSI, is configured on. the closing prices. It don't give a darn about them freaking wicks, okay? So if you've been doing it from the wicks and wondering why that don't work out, that's a bunch of bull crap. You're probably doing it to the wicks and not candle bodies, and you get, yeah, your results are probably going to suck a lot more than everybody else. I'm just throwing it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, a little lesson on the RSR tonight. Thank you for bearing through that. That is my public service announcement for this evening. All right, so here we got a little divergence that was coming in there, and that can give us a nice little pump to the upside. I got a little trend line, but it's not the greatest trend line, but it is a trend line, and that's what matters. It's better to have a messed up trend line than no trend line at all. But it said that little wick right there. I'm just going to sandwich it right on that little guy and make my line a little bit smaller. And I bet if I come over here to these little dangling beauties over here, look at you guys. Aren't you looking snazzy? Look at them. Ooh. Those are a lot saggier than I thought. Those are, I mean, hey, they're all beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Not trying to go down that road, but wow. I think you need some help. I think I got just the thing for you. I do. If I can we find it? Can we get it? Can you find it? Can you? Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I can't let them just hang there like that. We got to do something. This is an intervention. We're having a sagging intervention. The only thing supporting these little puppies right now is this trend line, and they just need a little something. So please bear with me just a moment, or else my I got, oh man, why are you doing this to me? I got just the thing right here for you. There we go. There, does that make you feel better? Oh, is that too big? Is that good? Okay. I mean, you make sure they're stuffed in there. Okay. I had to get a squeeze in. You can't blame me for that. All right, there we go. So we got we got some nice support here at this trend line. Oh man, that trend line ain't connected to nothing. Whoopsies. Oh, they've been exposed. I'm sorry that you had to see that, but this is a late night show. I didn't mean to expose my nipples. My. Anyway. The point is, we've got a trend line, and she's got some support. Oh man! They shrunk. Oh, good lord, Helen. Then they still need some support. There we go. That's a little bit better. I know. Yeah. Now it looks like a person. Ta-da! I got one better. Hey, Sean. Sean gonna get pissed. I couldn't help it. Look. It's just like your thumbnail, Sean. You suck, old dog. I'm quitting. All right. So, now that we know we got some support here at this trend line, it was resistance over here, and that sucks because now it's going to still be resistance. I'm sorry, I got a little off topic there, but the boobies do that. We got some bullish divergence. We got some things going in our favor on IMX, and you never know what's going to happen on this show, ladies and gentlemen, until it just happens. That Fibonacci also agreed that this little area that we had a hiccup in at 79 cents will also be a dang good target from 45 cents. Let me tell you that. That's not a bad come up. I'm just saying, you're playing IMX on this little sucker right here. See that little congestion here? That little bear flag, man. A lot of people would saw that as a bear flag, possibly. Or, look, it's starting to bottom out. That's what I would have been saying. Oh, it looks like a bottom, because it's at a possible trend line. Probably would still be there. But some people would be saying, nope. No, stupid man, she's this big bear flag, man. And technically, you take the flagpole here and you put it, according to Thomas Bukowski and a few others, you would put it here on the flag thingies up at the top. I was taught to do it down here, and in one of the rare occasions, this actually did nail it if you do it that way. But honestly, recently I've been finding that since I do it this way, it's a little bit more like an AB equals CD type thing that we talk about. And I've had actually a little more success doing it that way. So I do prefer to do it this way. That I used to bitch to Gareth Thawley about. You do it the old school, the nerdy way. Anyway. We just connect a few little dots to a few other little dots. We can see some areas that are also going to be a little bit of a hiccup compared to where we're on the trajectory that we may or may not be in. And that also takes us a little bit over to the left. This area is at 57 cents. They say 57 cents. Hey, do that little twitch on the lip thing. Yeah, that little twitch on the lip thing. Do that little thing there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we lost our turkey. We have lost our turkey. There's our turkey. All right, so we got IMX, and it looks like we could be doing those little boogers right there. If we wanted to pull a quick little fib, well, just why not? I love to pull my fibs out and play with my fibs. You see the 236. Love that little area. That's where we kind of gather, you know, and see how well this little move might be taking off here. I think she's got a good little start. I think I see 55 cents. Of course, we got that little area around 57. 67's up there, 76. That's also around 79, where we got our little trend line that we got to get back up and try to talk to you. And that's where our 236 is, remember, for a bigger pool. You just spouting out all these numbers. What is it going to do? I don't know what it's going to do, but we got a good chance of hitting somewhere around 57, a few other targets on the way. To me, it looks like she's trying to put a bottom in, and she might come up. She might come back down and do another touchdown here, hopefully a higher low if it does do that. So we may not be finished, but we got a little ride that we might be able to ride in the meantime. And if I wanted to find me a nice little short-term target, and I guess that's what we're doing tonight, right? Trying to find something short-term here instead of looking on this daily crap. Let's do that. I'll try to do that for the rest of the coins. Look, just focus on the weekend. So we can, wow, baby. Hey, man, get back there. Don't get too happy. I like 54 cents, so a little trade on that. We got a nice little possible double W pattern here. Looks like it's confirmed a little neckline action there. Might come back and retest 44, but she's at 45. Almost 46 cents at the present moment. Try not to FOMO in on this little guy, and you might actually do have a trade set up. Let's see if it's worth taking, or what would make it worth taking if you were going to take it. That's very small. 24%. That's not bad. If you get a tight enough stop loss, say if you go at 43 cents, what would that be? Or, well, if you want to go take a 5% stop loss, putting your stop loss somewhere around 42 cents, 41.8 is technically what I got there. You would have a nice little 4.65 to 1 risk reward ratio. That's fairly decent. You're at 24%, and if you're playing spot, that means $100. You could possibly cash out somewhere around $120, $125. If you're doing, you know, maybe 2-3x leverage, then you might be able to make a little bit more than $20. Might be able to make, you know, maybe 40, maybe 60. But the more times that you crank that little leverage up, well, the tighter you need to do your little stop loss, or you got to watch yourselves on that one, because you can go under a lot quicker. You can tighten up them stop losses. But at 5%, you know, you want to make sure you're not going. Well, I'm not here to lecture you on the rules tonight. We're just here to chart tonight. Let's start moving on. Right here at 50 cents, where we got the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, that is also a nice little target there. I guess we can share these. I'll take this as a setup. I'll throw this one out there. I think it's good enough to have a little bit of a winner. And we got a banana. We got a bear over there. We got to change that up now. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. It's getting a little steamy in here. Purple haze. In my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen, I think that this trade setup might have some legs. I need to carry you over here. You can stay there for now. All right, and there we go. I'm trying to get the teddy bear off the screen. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit more positive vibe out here. All right, so IMX on the 4 hour looks kind of interesting. I likes it. I do see 49 cents. I need the little price targets. Hello, price targets. Where did you go today? Right here. Boom shakalaka. And I'm gonna take this little guy. Well, that's oh man, you suck. Now you're gone. Okay, there you go. There you go. I'm just gonna draw a line over here. Oh, you suck. I can't get a good picture of this to save my life. All right, so this is a trade setup on the 4 hour, and she can get up to 24% gains there. I did not do the last little thing here from where we are. Oh, you FOMO'd in here? And yeah, don't do that. What we got to do is go down to the smaller time frame. If you FOMO'd in now, you're just getting 8% there, maybe 20%. That's like, I only made $15 on this trade. No, it's because you FOMO'd in. Don't FOMO in. You gotta wait for a little retest, and we won't know that till we go to the smaller time frame. But we can put this little snappage. Screw it. I lost my patience. All right, so here we are on the smaller time frame where she's just on a little tear. You're like, I want to chase that. Don't simp these altcoins, man. Don't simp these altcoins. I'm just telling you. Let's draw a little trend line and let's put a little flaggy down here about 45. Oh, where we at? Because what goes up does come down. It always does. She goes up on these little tears and then she comes right back down to these areas, man. Don't sweat it. So if you can be a little patient, you can get it a whole penny cheaper, and it may not sound like much, but that can make a difference on your trades, right? It can make a difference on your profits. I can't help it. I'm a green candle chaser. Don't be a green candle chaser. We'll do this one on the 1 hour. How is that? Can you put that over there? Can we get I want to get this little thing where it says the risk to reward ratio and all that. There we go. Now can I take a picture? Wow, looky, the stars are aligning. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. What screwed up? I know something had to. Things can't go that easy in life right now. Oh, those are glittering marshmallows notes she took from me chart school class. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to come over here to the chart room and to the trade setups, and I'll throw that one out there. This is IMX. Weekend swing trade. Interest should be somewhere around. That's what the little tilde means. Somewhere around-ish. What was the number we had? 44. Yeah, about 44.8. Ish. You didn't tell us what our stop loss was. Gosh darn it. Stop complaining. I wasn't thinking. Stop's at 41.8 ish. For about 5%. Well, that's like the little baby cook and simmer. Okay, so the smaller time frames, you're looking pretty good. From here we got Rose. Let's go take a look at Rose real quick. This is Rose. We'll try to stay with the smaller time frames here and see what we got. Oh snap! What are you doing? Oh man, we drew the line of cursedness. That's in the 4 hour, man. We got the old subjective curb here. Oh, look at you and the little fancy foot. We yeah, type 2 return my ass. You're down lower. What happened there? So she is rounding, but she did get below that little. What was his line point up to? Let's go to the daily. Come back to the day. Oh, we butt cracked it, and then it looks like we're getting our second butt crack, a lower butt crack at that. I mean, should I back up on my curvies, Mr. Curvies? It looks like we got another set over here that needs a little bit of more support. In my personal opinion, I'm starting to get aroused tonight, actually. And looks like, yeah, we're going to have to throw them over there to the pasties. They look amazed. All right, so what are you looking like short term here, baby? Are you doing something good? Are you trying to make a move? You might be. You need to. You definitely at a bottom area. Let me check you out. Where you at now? Trend lines has just got us basically in a channel. No shit, dumbass. Tell me when we're going to get out. Yes, I am a mind reader. Okay, so this is cool. This is cool. So from swing high to swing low, and we're coming up on a 236. There he is, talking that bull crap again. The 236 is important, and it tells us a few things about this, man. It tells us, one, we can come up to the little target that we need to get above if we decide to procure that area. What the hell? Are you trying to sound like are you trying to lecture us? We got two possible scenarios here. Well, we got more than that, but two that I want to look for. You know, coming down and doing some kind of bottom pattern. That happens, and it can do it outside. It could even do it outside this line. That would suck. That would be that breakout. Oh, we broke out. And then, oh, yeah. Choose your poison under the line, over the line, same result. It's like, or maybe we can go ahead and reclaim that, and that looks a little too bullish for that idea. But hey, man, I'm for it. If I were looking just to see what we could do on the weekend, 30 cents looks attainable, hopeful. And then we would be breaking out of that, and hopefully we would still hold these areas if we ever do rebound. And it actually does have a good chance to do something like that, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, that's what I'll be looking for, maybe for this one. Let's take a little bit of a closer look on the 15-minute, because this is where the fun action is. All right. Looks like everything else, man. We got that little double bottom pattern going on right there. It's also cleared it down here for some supportage. Well, that's cool. If we were applying some channel theory there and did a little measure move-ish and put it over here, that would also imply that we'd come up to about 2.6 cents. Don't say. I said it. Perhaps if we're trying to do something a little short term, you feel me? You feel me, dog? I think you're going to have a little stumbling blocks right here, about 28 to 29 cents in there. Any kind of short term trades here on the 15-minute. But that is quite possible, attainable over this weekend, I believe. Who knows? Maybe we'll get 30, but that's a little bit more realistic, I think, for what we can get this weekend. Well, this is for trying to do something short term. What would that look like as a trade setup? Let's go to the trade setup. This is not a bad place to take a chance to enter, and that's a short. That's not what we're looking for. Let's try this one. That's the short again. That's not what we're looking for. Try the other one. Oh my gosh, yeah, actually got it right. What do we look at? Why did it disappear on me? Stop it. 11%, maybe up to 15. From where we are right now, we're flagging up to the upside. You can get a pretty nice stop loss, though. That's a pretty tight stop loss just going underneath these candles that happened, you know, like yesterday or earlier or a long time ago in the afternoon or something when it hit down 24 cents. That's a pretty nice little. You got to zoom in. If you're trying to play the flag, which it may be a flag or it may not be a flag, kind of looks kind of janky to be a flag, but I still think that it could. Well, that's interesting. She's got a little bit of wiggle room there. What do you got this way? That's kind of cool. Hey. trying to get up here to that 0.26 cents. Of course, there's no weird. She's at 0.025 now to get up to 0.26. That's like, yay. Well, man. And that's why you'd have to have leverage on this little guy. That's nice. So if we can clear this area, it looks like that's what we're trying to do, is kind of work our way up to here, and maybe you can say, yeah, I see that trade. That's pretty cool. I'd go for, I mean, you know, it's not the greatest trade in the world, given it's just 11%, but if you had 2x, 3x leverage on it, hell no, I want 50x. Good luck. And it's gone. Dang, that one, I'm in the hole of negative $300 in after 5 minutes. Those would be scary. I thought you got a little something up there, at least 28 though. Short term, maybe 30. Let's take a look at 1000 Floki. That's not what we're trying to do. It's always difficult to get those little guys. You got to type a letter and then come over here and then go before that letter, or I have to, and then do the 1000, or else it'll bring up some kind of other crap. 1000 Floki. Because 1000 Peppy is just so last year, dude. So 2 years ago, man. Peppy's like so. Wait a minute. Floki would be like so last cycle, wouldn't it? Floki's still doing pretty good, isn't it? She took a big hit. I remember seeing she took a big hit. Looks like we got a lot of. I think Binance would have the best. No, I was totally wrong about. No, here we go. It just didn't fill in. Well, look, we had this sweet little box down here to accumulate some Floki in. Cool. Now we got a more maturing trend line here. Let me zoom out. Floki. The market cipher's got a little bit of bullish divergence there. I'm not really seeing it so much on the RSI. Of course, I'm on the 4 hour. Let me zoom out to the daily. The daily's got it on from back here, but not on the RSI. That one's interesting. So 1000 Floki, we got a 9 crossing the 21 on the daily. I take that as a good sign. That makes me want to come down to the 4 hour and say, ooh, what's the juicy gossip? What's the word on the street, Floki? Let's get off of these indicators and come over here and check out this price action. So now I'm going, ooh, that trend line, the twin line worked pretty nice right there. And let me grab that little guy, that angle, and we'll just slap him and slap him right here on top of that one. Because, well, why not? This is not authentic, but it could be. You just got to use your imagination. Close your eyes. Pretend it's a wall right there. We don't have a second touch, but they could be. They could be making our second touch. So I'm being preemptive on this, as that could be our channel. And how do you know where to take a target that way? You kind of eyeballs it, and maybe where it corresponds with another area. Of course, we got this little red line. I'm going to target that one because that one looks attainable. That's a 236 Fibonacci. That should be on target there. It's 6.6 cents. I think I'm just addicted to fibs. I think you could do a little bit better than that, actually. She got rejected to the 0.5. That was nice. Nice. Tighten up that fib up just a little bit. So it was suggested to me the next target would be that 618 at 6.4, but that's no fun. I say, you need to push your limits a little bit. Push your limits. Go for this. Go for 69. You know Floki's going to go for 69. That's what kind of space would this be if Floki didn't hit 69? And you know it's going to probably be 69.69. I'm just, you heard it here first. I predicted it. I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to put my neck out there, my little turkey neck with my little breasty chins, and I'm going to call Floki's target at 69.69. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. That was straight up. That was straight up.
Yeah, all right.
Where'd you go? Where do you get that? For real. Yeah, that was.
For those of you out there
That was too long.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you very
I
much.
do hereby predict Floki, not just any Floki. I do hereby predict 1,000 Floki to hit 0.06969. You heard it here first on the turkey. The psychic turkey has spoken. You got it right there. 6969. So that's kind of cool. All right, so you got possible flowing wedge here, and we're trying to break out, and that's kind of a lame little trend line for that area, but that can work. They get weird. She's got her work to do cut out for her, but she's a trying. But I still predict 6969 is the target for Floki. You heard it here. Just saying. Let's check out Jupiter. How's old Jupiter doing? 70 people hanging out with me. The rest of you guys are partying. Hey! Was that a fractal? Holy bullcrap! Hey, you guys remember a few weeks ago we were scared of the Jesuses out here, and I said, hey man, wouldn't that be fun if we took this little fractal and we put it over here, and then but that, they don't really ever work out that way usually. But hey, look, this one did. Wow. Oh look, ladies and gentlemen, came right down to her little, hey man, this is the area we need to look at, try and see if it's going to bounce. And it did, and it came back and retested this little, hey man, we need to probably buy something here if you're going to buy something. Wouldn't it be funny if this little fractal right here and just kind of portended? What if Rise actually followed this fractal? Kind of makes sense. Man, it did pretty dang good. The spike on the top of it was 39 cents, and it got up as high as, 39 cents. That's amazing. Isn't that crazy? This is a glory moment, ladies and gentlemen. A glory moment. We have to document this. It's got to be opaque here. We're gonna have to make it a big old yellow color. We've got to take a picture. And since I can't stick my face on there and be all braggadocious on it, we're gonna do this and say, nailed it! Because that helps the YouTube algorithm. If I can't get enough likes, can we get some likes? Anybody haven't hit the like button or subscribe button? Because I need some subscribers too. I ain't kidding. I'm saying.
For those,
Oops. What the
for
hell
those
is
of you
this?
out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We're just talking about the fractal. Yeah, that's a braggadocious moment. We're gonna call it. Yeah, who's in my? Hey, this is the perfect time for me to invite every one of you. Where'd you go? I can't even. To invite every one of you to join my OnlyFans Fancy Foot group. It's only $2,500 a month. Oh, what, the extra $100? Come on, don't skimp on that extra $1. $2,500 or $24.99. We'll take Visa, MasterCard, or Bitcoin, or Russian rubles, or whatever you want to throw. I'll take enough toenails if you got it, to be honest with you. I'm just saying. We can trade. We'll take it out and trade. That's the Fancy Foot group. We were going to copy this guy and share it on our vanity wall over in the Telegram group. Over into the vanity wall section, because that's what we put it there for. So to put this stuff. Hey man. Fractal magic. Nailed it. Only happens once every 3 years. All right. That's your chances for that crap to work out. I'm just saying. We got lucky on that one. All right. Oh, no. For $2,499 a month, I can show you too how to predict fractal magic. Yes. All right. What the hell were we looking at? We were looking at Jupiter. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's predict something else other than what's going on here. I got to get all this stuff off. What happened? You sabotaged me. All right, so we got a box up here, and it looks good. Did I just draw that? Did I just forget about drawing that? Where you at? That's beautiful. I must have been here recently. I must have short-term memory loss. Why? How would that be? Where's my price label? We seem to be having a boomer moment. 42 cents. I like that one, but I think it can get higher. I do. I like 50. I like 53 for a little bit of a longer term target. I do. But short term, I'd be looking for 44. If she does this, whatever she's trying to do, some people might even look at that as a shoulder head and, inverted head and shoulders. That could, measure move from that could take you a little bit higher, back to 48. Right at the 618 rejection area. What is that, from 38 cents to 48 possible? I don't know that she's going to do that this weekend. We'll see. She's got to come up to 40, what is it, about 41 cents to try to get up to this little possible neckline. And that makes a pretty good neckline for something because... time's up, ladies and gentlemen. That's all. That's beautiful. That's definitely going to be one. That's going to be a hurdle. So anything, it's still 4 hour. Oh gosh darn it. Okay. Let's come down a little bit here. See what she's doing on this 1 hour. You got anything set up? You trying to do something right now? I don't like the way you're looking at me. Double top, triple top, whatever you got going on there. That angle messes up my trend line. I can't draw a nice one over here. I gotta cheat and come over here to you, and then I don't trust it as much. I'm just saying. So maybe if there's an entry around 30, what was that, 37, 30? Oh man, yeah. Oh my God, I missed my trade. And sometimes I see it like it's presented that way, and I'm like, it's a penny away. If your target's not too close, then you might have something. You're missing it right now, though. It's going up to 39 cents, trying to go to 41. You might be able to do that. You might be able to actually hit that. That would be ballsy AF. Get past 41 cents. 41 cents is from the FOMO people. I'm jumping in right now. It only makes 6% there. Your $100 turns into 106 if you're lucky, minus fees and taxes. Oh wow, that was so worth it. 15% if we go up to 44 cents. That's the juicy spot. Wouldn't have been to buy right here at the bottom, man. You should have been right there waiting for it. You've been in my trading group, $24.99 a month. We would have told you about it. It might have been 3 days later, but we would have told you right there's where you should buy. That's how it works. Come on in, spend your money wisely, get the best. The best could have been having information out there. I'll tell you exactly where you should have got in. You should have got in right there. Now that one's a freebie on me. Well, that's what you're missing by not paying that $2,499 a month. Cost of some very expensive illegal coffee. All right. Let me come back to the chat. Maybe you guys can talk some sense into me, get me on the right track here again. Because I just got all lost in the... We got 22 people hanging out. Uh-oh, bong's up. What? No, say it's not so. Sean? He wasn't inviting you, man. Dang, Sean. You thought I just grew chickens. Oh, crap. Bullish on Parade says, I want more Maneki. Got more near bottom, but I'm a degenerate hungry. How's she doing? I thought that she was... I have a little bit of that in one of my little degen wallets, and I noticed that, well, wow, you look like you have more than that when I'm used to seeing you being at. So apparently she must have shrunk down a lot and then made enough of big of a recovery for me to go, wow, well, that looks better. How is... Oh! Or maybe she didn't. What? Oh, did she did? Then she didn't. Woo, baby, look at that. Oh my gosh. Now imagine this. Okay, so. You went right, but 382 Fibonacci and you got your butt rejected. So imagine that idea if you were buying this down at the bottom when it was sub. Let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this. Down here where nobody wanted to touch it, I even heard some influencers say, "I wouldn't poke that one with a stick. Oh no, that was done. Disgusting." I hear that a lot, and I mean, I know you feel that way. You feel that way, but the thing that they say is buy when it makes you. One of my mentors used to say, buy when it makes you feel sick. But imagine if you, you want some kind of strategy, something to give you, but like a trend line. You know what's so cool about buying things when they're so far down like that? That if you do get a trend line, you're not as likely, and you get a breakout, it's not as likely to be a fake out because you're pretty dang low, right? In most other places, they'll fake you out and then take it, then take it down lower. But if you're at if you're really, it's probably worth taking a little chance there. What about this one? It didn't do no good. You are correct, my friend. That is an internal trend line. You suck, road dog. You would have got me in there buying there, and it would have come down 50%. Would it have been 50%? Would it have been 50%? Who the hell are you talking to? It would have only been 37%, ladies and gentlemen. Your $100 would only turn into like 60 something, 63. Buy that breakout. Well, now, but think about this. Okay, so look how far she went up. From this area, there was a breakout, though. Even if you draw a trend line from here on shorter term, right? That was pretty cool. And you probably could have seen some other signs on your indicators, like crossing MACDs and all kinds of little things that could tell you, hey, man, this might be it. Get above a 9-moving average. We can go through and talk about all of that. But what is really cool, you got some limit orders set up there, just set there. You could have, that's 433%. What if, no matter how you did it, where you wanted to go from the very top, which wouldn't give you as many targets, to the bottom, but if you'd set this guy to 236, like the thing they can get put out there, that little sucker could have got hit. If we took it from the high and we just did something a little more local, say you could go here. That's pretty much a straight on down, or it doesn't really matter. You'll get you something that kind of locks in fairly well. The 786 from the top, where she tried to go up above this area and she lost it, retested it, and of course fell down to hell and back. She got up to the 786 area and then she gave it up, because that's usually what you do at a 786. You usually don't make it, just fly right past it, and if you do, you usually hit that wall with 886, and you get slapped around a little bit, regain, and then you try to go back and you recover it, But for your little single moves, you don't usually. And that's also at this area. But anyway, now we're coming back. But that's just kind of cool. Limit order set. If you just had that one limit order, or just a variation of them, you can play a whole thing. Had a limit order at each one of these little fibs, man. 50. I'm going to put a limit order here and put a limit order there. And what if you did that and you went from first one, you made 100% gains. The first one at 0.0019 area already doubled your money. The second one, it tripled your money, 200%. The next one's only 262%. I'm just 325. If you just had limit orders set at those, that's a strategy that I like to do as a bottom feeder. I'm just throwing it out there. I did not do that on Manakey. I got it on my dumbass wallet and apparently missed that idea. Should move it to an exchange and do it. So Manakey looks cool, but she's coming back down. She seems to be falling from grace. She went up too close to the heavens. Her wings caught a fire. She's falling down like a meteor. What the hell's this turkey saying? Where is she coming down, dude? Hey, man. You need a little something? You need a little hopium or something, man? Hey, come on, hang out with us, dude. We'll make you, we'll cheer you up, dude. Man, you're already at the 786, dude. We might be able to turn things around right here for you, honey. It could happen. 0.00176. This would be an area that I would look on the even smaller. Well, I would follow this one to see if she could hold. Looking over to the left, though, that's kind of important to do when we start breaking out these little areas. It's just a nice little added bonus touch there. And looking to the left, and we do have a little support resistance area. That's our flippy area. That's a fancy. It was support, and then it kind of wasn't. Then it didn't know, but then it was resistance. So, mama bear, little bear, baby bear, whatever. One side in the middle, and on the other side, she counts. And that's where we are right now, testing that one. We got another little area down here. If you look at these guys right here underneath this guy, see where these guys are hanging out. And you see where these guys are getting rejected up there. It's amazing. That's also on the 886 Fibonacci. I mean, it's just kind of crazy how the fibs just kind of, just take all the guesswork out for me. I like the fibs, and I'll trust them, and so they earn my respect. Could sink down that low. It could happen. Not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. This weekend, since we're kind of expecting a little something from altcoins, maybe it won't. If it does, that's a dang near 25%. So your $100 would turn into $75. And don't blame the turkey. I told you. I said it could happen. You got to see what happens here where she's at right now. Are you trying to turn around on us? You trying to do a U-turn? Or are you trying to do one of them bear flags and go down to zero? Because right now, I'm not seeing anything of too positive here on the small time, or the 15-minute. 5-minute trying to give us something. Maybe. It could backfire on us. But you're at a good place to where you could take a really nice tight stop loss. That's what's so cool about being down on these support areas. That even if it did break lower, if you were to get in somewhere through here on a signal, on a breakout signal, you could take, well, gosh, that's still about 7% from there. That's not great, especially if you got any leverage on it. If it can get down to actually touch one of these guys, that would be cool. You better be on top of your game. We don't see what we need to see here just quite yet, but if it were to show some signs of bottoming out, it might do it this weekend. You know, some kind of bottom formation, double bottom, triple bottom, some kind of thing where it's leveling out. And she makes a higher high. That's it. That's basically what we're looking for. Looking for a higher low and a higher high. We start getting that, we say, hey man, we might have something. And it might be just as simple as just waiting, drawing the main trend line here and waiting for it to get above there. Be the breakout trader. Oh my God. So I would look for those ideas. Well, she's still got some areas she needs to get above to be safe. So I guess it depends on how risky you want to get. What the hell are you saying? In essence, my friend, I think that we might be able to bounce here. There's a possibility. You just want to confirm it. And if we're not going to bounce there, then we're looking at 0.0013, about 25% lower. Don't want to ride that train down unless you're trying to short that PP. But why would you want to short support, man, unless you're just a real daredevil? They don't know. Maybe you are a real daredevil. So yeah, not a bad place to pick up Mana Key. I think you're I want more Mana Key, got more near bottom, but I'm a digital hungry. This is not a bad place to do that, especially for a little bit of a longer play. That's a nice little drop. 786s, 886s, those are the areas you want to pick some up, in my personal opinion. La la la. Hey, sound effects are free tonight. Thank you, Joe. Sicario says, sir, is that apple water I smell on your breath? Actually, no. I'm just in a weird mood. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Haven't done an apple water night in a while. Maybe you need to do that. That apple water was strong, though. It kicked my butt really quick. Haven says, I need more FET. I just don't want to pay for it. You know, I found my FET wallet. And I was kind of, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Well, at least we still got that. So she's been doing pretty good. She came down to what, 44? Now she's at 50. Let me see. FET. I haven't looked at this one in a minute. Oh, yes, baby. I like that. So we followed this. I follow these trend lines, and I zoom out on these little guys, right? So we're on the daily, because trend lines matter. One of the first things that I started getting a hang on, and as I started revealing things to me, was trend lines, and it will. You just keep connecting those dots, man. You will find the conspiracy theory. But tracking that little trend line gives us an angle, and we lost it. And of course, the more you go with the trend line, she may be accurate, she may not be accurate. I was going from candle bodies to candle bodies. There's a little space on that wick. No matter how you look at it, ladies and gentlemen, that ends up very nicely. If you want to, would you like to touch that? I want to touch it, touch it, touch it, make it good. But anyway, breaking below that was scary and not good, but breaking back above it, that's good. It retested that area. How do you know you got the line right? Well, after tuning it in and everything, if I got a bounce here and then another bounce there, and it looks good to me, baby. So it looks good to me. That this might be a bear trap idea, and I like those bear trap ideas. Or a swing failure pattern if you want to use the new cool kid term. They call it a bear trap because it traps bears. The bears get down here and they say, "Woo, I'm going to add to my short, man. Dude, I'm going to short support, man. Oh, man, you broke that trend line. My rules say to short when we break a trend line." And then they short. Look, we got a candle close below our trend line. It's safe to short now. And then it's, gotcha, bitch. Then they pump it back up. And usually it can be a good move because it could be a short squeeze. And we can get a nice little, their stop losses get hit. Because right now they're like, oh my God. They're probably in denial saying, okay, well, we got a trend line. Well, no, they probably don't have that trend line. They probably say, oh, it's a flag to the downside. And the shorters are sitting here, thinking, well, it's all right. My stop losses are above here. We hope. So if we can make it above here, this area about 60 cents, we might just spur it on up right up here to 74, 75 cents. That could happen. Well, that could be cool. Turkey, why are you talking to us that way? I'm just talking to you in a different kind of way. If we want to use our Fibonacci, because you can't say a word without Fibonacci. I like that 786. I like that 74 cent area. I do. I likes it. Out of the bigger picture of things, we also got this area of resistance on a little area of confluence. Well, things conflude. And as crazy as it sounds, these little intersection points, while it may not hit right there, pay attention to the number. I think you'll see that it has some relativity, especially if you go over to the left and look. Hey man, that's the area where we just got hung up on. So 133 looks like a good target to me. I bet if we fibbed it out, you might have something close to there. Oh, Snapdragon's right in between the 50 and 618. Nice little raindrop there. Next target that we need to see out of this little guy, in my personal opinion, is 79 cents, and that will make my bags happy. I like having happy bags. I hadn't had any happy bags in a while, and right now I can't seem to draw a line. Let's draw that little line. Paint that little guy red. 20 people hanging out. Thank you for being here. I'm going to come back to you guys real quick. Haven said, I saw Jupiter's like rubbing a test with apparently like really cheap fees for trading right now. Oh, running a test. I hope they start going up. Haven says, Lioncoin's been my best performer for a month. Seems I was giving it all. Lioncoin. Would that be Lion Token? Lion, coin lion? Yeah, I don't have it on here, I don't think. Lion cat. There's lion cat. I'm gonna look at lion cat just to look. I have no idea what that is either. So it's probably on I guess probably Dex Tools or something. Ryan K says auction. Let's take a look at that one. That little guy has been a clear disappointment. So she did really good, but I mean, this is, we need to take a snapshot of this right here. Oh, wicked bitch of the east, or wicked witch of the west, whatever you want to call her. Well, witches, because that's what your parabolic moves can do. That is what they can do. Happy Halloween, everybody. All right, so the parabola, and that one fucks, but we're gonna make it fit. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful. If you just drew this line right here, it would have told you. It would have told you. You could have learned. I will show you how to draw this line for $2,499 a month. You can draw a line just like me. I will walk you through it. All right, so cool. But yeah, where it goes up, I mean, man, we can do this. Down and then sideways, or down in variations. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe you can catch around a 786 or something like that, or maybe a 618. You would hope, but a lot of times when they go parabolic, man, they get those deep ass retracements, usually back to an 886 area or a 786. You're talking them stupid numbers again. Well, if we come take a Fibonacci from swing low to all the way to swing high. Oh, Snapdragon, you're hit below the 886. You're cussed. She's cussed. She may be going for a full 100% retrace, and that would suck. That's possible too. So we lost our deepest area of retracement right there. Maybe. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. I'm sure it'll probably be smack dab on it if I come all the way down here, but we're not. Oh, look, it's smack dab on it, just like what you said. It's smack dab on that 886. It hit it here and lost it in here. Yeah, but we're not measuring that way. Carol, nice how they overlap, man. This could look really smart if you went back there and said, look, all you got to do is pull from right back. We pulled them from here, and she went below where we wanted to see her go below. And that means that we got a possibility coming back down to ground zero, which is at is that what is this, $7? That could be another 50% drop. Could be. I'm not saying it's going to, but it could. Let's see if we can find any other clues here. Are we headed down there? I don't. Now looking at the moving averages here on the daily, they don't look as bad like they want to take us down there. Oh no, don't do that. Can we do that? If I can get enough room, I can do this. Okay, let's try from here. Or snap, say it's not so. 3.9. No, we won't go there just yet. All right, so let's look at our ideas here. So you are around a trend line area. How do you line up when I go to apex? Are you below it? And that works pretty good too. I would dare say we lost that one too. Probably came back into it. That was just one idea there. I know we lost this undersided trend line. That kind of sucks. So we're trying to find just an area where we might be not bleeding out, and somewhere it may tell us that, hey man, maybe we won't go down to $7, but I'm not finding it yet. I'm a looking. And we got a little idea clue over here.
Moonlight across the sea tonight. Dreams are spinning gold inside. Whispers say take the daring chance. Feel the rhythm, Bitcoin dance.
Okay. You might have a little play here. I'm not convinced it's going to give us what we need to not come down further just yet. But short term, like this weekend, looks like it's going to be pretty good for altcoins. So I think she's actually trying to respect this area. So this could be a local bottom. I don't going to call this like the absolute bottom just yet, but what was it, about 1097? It looks like this area could possibly hold. Let's see what the indicators are saying. They're saying, screw you, Road Dog. They're getting a little tired, so it looks like they're wanting to try to come down a little bit. Let's see if she will hold this area. I got a feeling that she will hold this area somewhere right around $11. And we'll look for a W pattern to try to form here. And then once we see it get back above that area, about 1160, we can start feeling a little bit better that she can, you know, you can make some money from here to where we at. I mean, you got 15 up to 23% gains that you can make within this little range here, and I think we can stay through here a minute before, if we do drop down there. There's some good signs I'm seeing here. I know we've got red dots and some other things going on, but I'm seeing some possibilities of some good stuff going on right here. Just don't want to lose that $11 area. 1097. But this one's just been, ooh, baby, where was she at? She was up at $68 and now at 11. That's an ouchie. Boulder holder, says Short. This is the performance chartist of the program. Yes, I believe it is. They could look like a tennis ball and a tube sock, but I still want to see them. Yes, that feels exactly the same way. I know what you're talking about, brother. What? We're talking about tube socks. Road Dog, do you eat salt on your food? Not habitually, but I know there's lots of it in there. Bullish. Feet prints. Oh man, I am way back here. Love fractals. MG Motorsport says that's only $249.90 per toe, folks. It is a bargain. I agree, MG. It is a bargain. Do it now and keep it through in 11th toe. Wait, what? Short says, or so says, oh, Road Dog, have you ever saw a spaceship? No. Only on YouTube and TV. I have Jupiter staked in 7 wallets for my closest family and friends. My bags are very mad at me, says Sam. You have a bell, you have an ID card, you have soap and bubbles. I don't know. I give up. Battleship chains. Lion is on Chronos. It's the loaded Lion NFT project. I believe it flipped KuCoin in MC for 24 hours one day. Has some of the craziest staking rewards, causing an early supply shock from Joe. Ooh, I got sleepy there. I haven't messed around on the Chronos ecosystem very much. I mean, I know that last cycle they did have that DeFi wallet and they still got it. And I was trying to do a few things. This one, VVS, I think that's the exchange that they got over there and the token and everything. When it first came out, I was playing with it for a little while, but there were so many billions of them that I just like, this is too crazy. But it's probably grown and expanded. It's probably grown and expanded and gotten a lot better. I need to check it out over there. -0? No, say it's not so. Glittery Marshmallow. Can we see Doge tonight? We sure can. How is Doge? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yay! Uh-oh. Where did you go? Oh, you're over here. I got lost on my own thing over here. For guys, those of you guys that don't know, for a limited time. Where are you? I've lost it. Oh my gosh, it's not even here, is it? It's somewhere else. Oh man. For a limited time only. With your $2,499 a month subscription, you get a free Jive Turkey doll. Yeah, yeah. Looks like me. I'm just saying, turkey feet and everything. All right. I had to throw that in. That's funny. That's amazing. That's I think MG Motorsports came up with that. That was funny. Let's go take a look at Doge. How long we've been going? Hour and 30 minutes. It's almost 12 o'clock. Joe, are you going live tonight? You doing anything tonight? We're almost at 16 cents. So we had a trend line there, kind of lost it. Let's just kind of zoom out and kind of dial this stuff in a little bit. We didn't quite make it down to there. Cool. I've got targets there, but that's some old stuff. I'd rather, I don't know when I did it. So if we made a new lower low since then, we probably need to redo it. I got lazy and didn't color code it, so I can't really tell. Can't remember what it is. So let's do it all over again. And I'm going to zoom out just a wee little bit here. I think that's cool. Here on the 3-day chart, now this is a bigger chart, it's saying that Doge should start looking up pretty good now. She should be on an upswing now. So Doge should be starting, instead of being in a downtrend, she should be starting to work on an uptrend. And that's what the bigger time frames are saying. So things should start looking better. Here on the weekly, you got a bullish cross of the 100 over the 200. And that's good. Now, some say that Doge can be an indicator for when the bull market starts, like it'll run before Bitcoin. And it has done that in several cycles, so I wouldn't, it's something I always kind of just keep in the back of my mind, just to keep an eye on. Because there can be those little signs that kick out, they give you the first inklings that, oh man, it started, dude. And here we are on the daily, and here on Market Cipher, stochastics are going up. This yellow thing, it was orange and turning yellow. That's called VWAP. Whether it is VWAP or not VWAP, that's what they call it, and it's going on the right side, and that's a good sign. Down here we got the green dot, and that's cool. That's taken as a buy signal. Doesn't mean that you should. Okay, that's the thing. However, if it were a bot and it were trained to act on indicators, which lots of bots do, signals like that on the indicators, and maybe some other conditions, because you can fine tune a bot, right, with it, what to do. But that is a signal that they could jump on too. Just all these ideas out there. I need to dust off my bot, see if it's still cool to use and stuff. So we got a possible breakout here with Doge on the bigger time frames, and that's cool. We got a green dot. Got some good signs going on for Doge on the bigger time frames, which means that the smaller time frames should just start cooking pretty soon, if not already. I'm going to carry this little line out just a little bit and give it a little bit more of a difficulty to break out. Make it a little harder for it. Make it work for it. I would say we will probably start seeing that kick off on Doge this weekend. I wouldn't doubt if she can get back up to about to the 200 moving average area and up here where she was before. Retest that, close to 17 cents. I wouldn't doubt if she could do that this weekend. Short term, let's draw a trend line here. Here's where she's going to hiccup. Little hiccup around 16.3. And if you're a lot of pattern traders are going to see this as a complex inverted head and shoulders is probably what. And then it may come back to do that. See, it's symmetrical on this side. It's got two little shoulder humps. That's what it's doing. It'll more than likely it might come up here a little bit, maybe up to the 200. I'd say it probably will touch the 200 again, and then come back down a little bit, and then try to do its breakout. That's kind of, I'll even leave this on here, but that's kind of what that's a possibility I could foresee happening here. And that's taken into consideration actual pattern trading and stuff with just the pattern within a pattern. Because if we zoom out, you got other trend lines that you connect together. For a valid pattern, you need 3 touches on one side and 2 on the other. And this is valid, and so is this touch and this touch. That's also valid. So they're both correct. With this pattern, you look for this, which is a partial decline. Or really, for both of those patterns, you look for that. And with this wedgie pattern, you're already starting to look like you're trying to break out. But within the pattern, a lot of people look for patterns within patterns too. Inverted head and shoulders, nice little reversal pattern that might be forming here. But she could have a little bit of a hiccup. But basically, here on the bigger picture idea, I mean, we'll take a measure move here and apply it to the possible breakout area, and then that takes us back up to this area. If you look to the left, you see, this takes us here, and that's at right about 25 cents. Usually on average, what I found is you usually get somewhere around that 618. But we'll see what happens here. That's a 786 right to here. That would be nice too. I'll go with that one. And we'll mark that little 618 area right here. See if that makes a good little target. So we got about 22.75 cents at the 618 area. The measure move for the bigger picture got you the 24 cents. But that's zooming out on the 4 hour, and that could take a couple of weeks, if not. Don't know how long it would take us to get there, because we've been going since March and haven't hit up there yet. Could take a lot longer. But we are looking at trying to break out. For anything short term, I would go from here and pull the old Fibonacci, and right there at 1764 looks juicy. Yeah, baby. I like that one right there, and I like 18.9 cents. Short term, that's what I'd be looking for. As a something that we might be able to do this weekend or the next few days. If he needs to take any kind of profit or make any kind of plays, it could happen. But like what we said earlier, she's got some stuff to deal with over here too. She's not got above the 200 moving average yet. That needs to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 people hanging out. It is now, I've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know if Joe's going on or not there, but the turkey is starting to get tired, and I think we went over several coins tonight. Joe says, yep, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, going live, maybe 15 minutes. Okay. And I will probably be over there after I close down my studio. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And some of you like the turkey, some of you don't like the turkey. This is the other thing. Wah! And that looks a little weird. Ooh, we'll go back to the zombie. Guys, thanks for hanging out. See ya tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Today being Good Friday. What's left of it. Happy Easter, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Easter Sunday. I know. Happy Passover. End screen. There we go.
I feel so unsure as I log in tonight.
Everybody says it still sucks your dog on. Uh-oh, I lost the sentence. On-chain Crow wallet, but it's a top priority to fix it right now. Behind hiring developers for Kronos. So I'll tell you when they get real projects and new features. Oh, cool. So they're still working on all that stuff, huh? Thank you. Thank you, Saul.
Tonight the coins fall so cold, a whispered crash I can't console. I'm never gonna trade again. These keys have lost their souls, refrain, no blockchain love can end. I'm never gonna trade again the way I traded you. Time can't rewind, the blocks are sealed in stone. Your trust was the stake that I should have known. I chased the moon's promise, ignored the fall. Now candles burn low and I've lost it all. Greed took hold, I couldn't see the cost of coins devouring me. I sold your faith for fleeting gain. Now echoes hum a sad refrain. Tonight the coins fall so cold, a whispered crash I can't console. I'm never gonna trade again.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. See you over at Trade Intuition.
I'm never gonna trade again the way I traded you. Oh, please stay. Don't cash me out tonight.